Hello, hello, welcome back to the channel. Okay, you guys, today we are ending the moving series because as of this morning, we have lived in San Diego for 10 days, almost 2 weeks, and I unpacked the very last box this morning. So we are fully settled in. Is everything perfect and exactly how it's gonna be forever? Definitely not. There's already stuff that we need to that we haven't quite finished or that we need to move around. But the house is in a pretty good spot where if people wanted to come over, I would finally feel comfortable, things aren't a mess and all that stuff. So now that we are fully moved in, I thought it would be fun to end this series with a final house tour so you can see how we've started to set it up and decorate it. Maybe give me some ideas, especially for our bedroom. I feel like we're missing something. But first, let me tell you about Printify. Printify is a service that allows you to create print-on-demand products and start a lucrative side hustle of your own. Here's how you can do it in 3 easy steps. Step 1, make some cool designs of your own on Photoshop, Canva, Procreate, or any design application that you love. Step 2, head on over to printify.com and register for a free account. They have over 1,000 products that you can choose from, including t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and so much more. And with Printify Premium, you can get up to a 20% discount on the entire catalog. Choose a product that you like from their catalog and apply it to your design. And step 3, once you've made some products, you can connect your Printify store to sales platforms such as TikTok Shop, Amazon, Etsy, or Shopify. Whenever you get an order, Printify will do all the work. They'll ship the product directly to your customer while you sit back and benefit from your new business. If this sounds like something you're interested in, what are you waiting for? Sign up for free using the link in the description, and thank you so much to Printify for sponsoring today's video. Now, should we start with the house tour? Okay, so literally I have Mario and August, they're out of the house so that I can shoot this for you guys. But let's just start here. You know what? Let's start by the front door. Let's go to the front door. Okay, this is the front door. Outside this front door, there's a carport where we park our cars. And we have a pretty sizable front porch. I obviously don't want to show you the front of our house. Right now we have nothing on the front porch, but we are going to put stuff out there. I mean, it doesn't look out onto much. It looks out onto the carports where people in this development park their cars. So it's not like the view is in the back, but we do have a front porch out here. Then when you walk in, we have this storage unit. The bottom part, obviously we keep our shoes that we wear on the day-to-day underneath. And by the way, if you're like, wow, the floor is dirty, it has been pouring rain for the entire last week. Really cold, really rainy. It's been interesting. In these bottom cabinets, which are currently child-proofed, that's where we keep the shoes that we don't wear on a day-to-day basis. We want to wear a different pair of sneakers or whatever, they're in there. And then up here is just stuff that we might need on the go. So this is all my yoga stuff. This is my yoga bag, yoga mat, my one clean yoga towel. This is shopping bags, and this is sunglasses. And then that's winter wear, hats and scarves and stuff, which normally, of course, we don't need in Southern California, but it is what it is. And this one we haven't really quite figured out. I have sunscreen, bug spray, aloe vera, that kind of stuff down here. And then up here is just extra hardware from projects that we've been doing. So that's probably gonna get reworked, but in the meantime, it's holding that. And then if you keep walking forward, we have our front closet, which has quickly become a junk closet. So up there, that's Christmas wrapping, birthday wrapping, bags and stuff and tissue paper. That's our old diaper bag. And that's all my old pumping parts and his bottles from when he was a baby. Obviously, we're hoping to have a second child, so we're keeping that in storage. This middle shelf is a lot of Mario's stuff. I don't really quite know everything that's there. Here's where we've been keeping our cleaning supplies, our vacuum, our broom, our Swiffers, and just general cleaning supplies. And then, of course, jackets, which we've been using because and I didn't even turn on the light, but there is a light in here. And there's an outlet, which is gonna be really nice because our vacuum is something that needs to get charged regularly. We just haven't figured out exactly how to set that up so that the vacuum can always be charging. Okay, if you watch the empty house tour, then you know through the front entryway into the kitchen. So we hung up this mirror. This was in our old place right by the front door, a little last minute, I look crazy. And I haven't put makeup on at all in a week. So I wasn't gonna start today. Anyway, here's how we've done the kitchen. I guess just we put our magnets up, right? So there's that. And then over here is the pantry. So on this, we don't drink. We're not really drinkers. Me or Mario will sometimes have a whiskey or a glass of red wine. So his go-to whiskeys and red wine are actually in a different cabinet, but this is the liquor that we have regardless for some reason. That second drawer is all baking related stuff. And then that bottom shelf, that's all the cat food, cat dishes, cat treats, cat everything. Up here is more our like, so that's extra grains and stuff. It's a little empty right now, but normally we'll be putting like sauces and snacks and stuff in there. This is just like our regular pantry. But frankly, we need to go grocery shopping. It's been about a week since we last went grocery shopping. And then I'm not gonna take you through every single cabinet, but basically, you know, like this is cups. You know, they're all kind of roughly organized. I'm not exactly sure that I'm thrilled with how I chosen to organize it, but that could be all, you know, altered. I just did what I had to do because there's so much kitchen stuff. And then on the counter is pretty much the same stuff we had on the counter before. We have our olive oil, salt, and pepper for easy access to cooking. Same with our, what would you call those? The utensils that you use for like mostly cooking, right? And then here, as you can see, it's a little empty because like I said, we are due for some grocery shopping, but here's where I put counter vegetables and bread on top. And then on the bottom, we've eaten it, but like snacks, like chips or puffs or whatever, that usually goes in there. And then I finally get to have my mixer out. My mixer was always hidden away in the last house, but it's out now. And then over here, yes, we still use our bottle sterilizer. Why not? We just sterilize his water bottles in there. I've always had this, but it was in hiding, so I thought maybe I could like put some cute cookies or something in there. It's a cake stand, I know, but you know, just for decor. And then my air fryer, my toaster, my two most used appliances. When we got this, we thought this thing was really cool. We can hang all of our wine glasses, but frankly, these are a little too narrow for our wine glasses. So it only fit our champagne glasses, but that's fine, it's still cute. And that's like an overview of the kitchen. We hung up 2 posters behind me. We've got the New Orleans cocktails and then this New Orleans print, which we bought at some art market when we lived in New Orleans, mostly because the house in that print looks just like the house that I lived in when Mario and I first started dating. And then there's like a couple outside kissing, and the first time we ever said I love you was we were kind of standing like that outside my house. So when we saw that print at an art market, we were like, holy shit, is this play about us? Okay. Moving from the kitchen into like what is essentially the de facto dining room. This is our kitchen table. So if you remember at our last place, we had a built-in bench along one wall, so we only needed 2 chairs to like sit at the other side of the table so that the table could have full seating. We don't have that bench anymore. I'm thinking about buying a bench to go on one side so we can move both chairs back, and then his high chair's over there, but TBD on that. Also, we went to Dutch Bros this morning. We didn't have a Dutch Bros in LA, and yeah, I'm unfortunately obsessed, but I'm only allowed to go once a week, so I went this morning. That's just a rule I set for myself. Okay, over here, you probably remember this piece of furniture. Used to be under our TV in our old living room. This cabinet was my grandfather's, who's passed away. So it's one of my favorite pieces of furniture. I've had it for a long time. It was in our Highland Park apartment as well. Mostly what's in here is like storage, like extra candles, batteries, extra gaming stuff, just miscellaneous kind of storage right now. And then, oh, these used to be in my office, these Disneyland prints, but Mary really likes them, and we were trying to decide like what would fill this space right here. We decided this was good. We already own them. And then the pictures and all of the stuff that we have out. This has always sort of been here. It was just underneath the TV last time. Oh, except for this middle part. This was on our kitchen table, but now it's over here, which I like having the kitchen table clear. You may see we have August Bouncer. He's a little bit too big for that now. He still goes in it. He still asks to go in it from time to time. But he's definitely on the edge of aging out of that. Where we have this right now is where we're going to put the Christmas tree in a few weeks. So we're probably gonna have to put this in his room somewhere. Haven't quite figured that one out. Anyway, moving from the like dining room, it's all open concept, so it's like just delineated in my head. But now moving into the living room. Okay, so this is our living room. I am actually the most pleased with how this room has come together. I feel like we've clearly put the most intention into setting this one up so far. So I'm currently standing looking directly at the TV, which just barely fit the space. Well, I was a little nervous our TV was gonna be too big, but it just fit. We also mounted our lightsaber up there, like the one we got from Galaxy's Edge. We were gonna put it in the middle, but we decided to put it a little bit up because Mario still wants to make one with August. So we'll eventually have a second one when we decide we have the budget for that. The unit came with like this whole built-in shelving system around the TV. Right now, it's just holding some books, some Legos, the gaming consoles, our records and record player, the internet Wi-Fi stuff, games, shit like that. Is this how it's gonna stay? I don't know, maybe. Also, this is a gas fireplace that does work, it does turn on, but because of the cats and August, I'm too afraid to turn it on. That's that situation. And then over in this corner next to the TV, we have what I've called our music corner. So we've always had the guitar and the ukulele and the piano, but they were tucked away in our bedroom in our old place because we really didn't have enough space to have them out. I'm so happy that we have this designated area because since setting this up, I mean, August was always interested when we play instruments around him. He's always wanted to touch and play and feel, but he is like obsessed with the guitar, the ukulele, the piano. He can get up onto the chair in front of the piano, turn it on, and like start smashing the keys on his own. And he does it all the time, and it's cute every single time. It's adorable. So I'm so happy we have this out. Behind me, we have our couch configuration. Took us a minute to figure out how we were gonna set this couch up. I think maybe that was a Patreon vlog, or I can't remember, some video where we were like going over the couch configuration, but we figured it out, and we have enough room for this bookcase, which used to be up at the top of the stair landing in our old place, but now fits nicely in our house. And it fits actually perfectly in that little corner, which I really love. So we can have all of our tchotchkes and our books out. And then it took us a while, but we got this gallery wall together. This is all, we didn't get any new stuff. We have not purchased anything new for this house, which is huge for me. I wanted to make sure that we were utilizing everything that we already owned. These pictures and paintings and prints and all of these things were things that we already had in our house that I just puzzled out one day to fit on this wall. And then Mario did all the hanging. I don't do that part, but I created the layout and then he did all of the actual manual labor. But yeah, like with the beams up here and like this is kind of it's like a pitched high ceiling up here. And then also like we could put art right there. I'm not in a rush to like too much clutter this space up quite yet. The previous tenant had art up there. That's the only reason we've thought about it. But it's just like, with the shiplap kind of walls and the beams that, you know, we love a wood beam. We had some in our old place. We're obsessed with that aesthetic. We're just really happy with how this living room came out, honestly. It's definitely like our favorite room to hang out in, and like I feel really good. We haven't had anyone over except for my parents, but I'm excited to have people over because I just feel like this whole space, right now I have all the lights on at full blast for the purposes of this video, but we can also like warm up the lights, tone them down, which is, you know, our preferred lighting is to have like low, like warm lighting in the whole house, and all of these lights can do that, which is another thing that makes me really excited. Anyway, as you can see out here, we have a catio. So the catio is definitely a work in progress at the moment, mainly because, like I mentioned, it's been raining a lot. So normally this cat tower would be pushed all the way in the corner, but I didn't want it to get wet. Also, so that storage box holds like, let me put you down for a second. It holds like gardening tools and stuff. Obviously we don't have a yard anymore. We had a yard in our old place. So we kind of put like we put the cat's carriers in there, like miscellaneous storage. We're gonna move that out to our front porch. We just put it back here because when we were moving things in, we didn't know where things were gonna land. But now that we've been here for a few days, we're gonna end up putting this in the front porch. There's more than enough space for it to just tuck into the corner. And then we bought these litter box. These are litter boxes, covered litter boxes. So right now they live there so the cats can go to the bathroom, but we're gonna put them over where the containers are so they're kind of out of the way. Because right now August, he's never been curious about the litter box before, but because they're like so prominent in this space, he likes to come out here and he wants to know what's going on with the litter boxes. So I'm gonna tuck those into the corner, and then when it's not raining, by the way, it doesn't rain like 360 days of the year here, so this like temporary issue I'm not too worried about. But when it's done raining, which should be by the end of today, I'll push this back into the corner, move the litter boxes over into this corner. This storage unit will go out into the front. And then my parents actually gave us these chairs, which Mario and I have been coming out here after August goes to bed every night, and we have a beautiful view of some hills and this like gorgeous neighborhood right in front of us. It's really wonderful. So we just sit out here, we check out the view, we garden a little bit, you know how it is. Oh, and then over here is, and I was doing laundry this morning, our laundry room. So I've done many loads of laundry so far in this house and they've all come out great. I'm really happy with the actual machines are significantly bigger than the machines in our old place. So I was able to actually wash and dry our duvet in here, which is like, I used to wash the duvet in our old place, but it was like a little bulky for the washing machine, and then I would hang it to dry, but it fits perfectly in this washer and dryer. This is also where our AC unit is. I mean, listen, it's not pretty, but it's functional. Yeah, our AC unit is in there, and then our water heater's out, like in a closet on the front porch, if you want to know the logistics of like that. Oh, and then my dad, by the way, is the one who set this whole catio up. If you missed it, he basically like enclosed this whole space so that it would be safe for the cats, and he installed this cat door. That was all done before we moved in, so it was great because the cats like immediately had a patio in our last place, if you remember, and so they're familiar with the concept, and they spend, I would say, 85% of their time outside. Okay, so that's the like living area, kitchen, dining room, living room, patio, entryway. Moving through to the bedrooms, we pass these cabinets, which currently are holding all of our board games easily. We have room for many more, which is great news as board game hoarders. And then also this top one over here is our extremely currently messy linen closet. I need to refold all the stuff in there. It's a mess, but that's where our clean towels and linens are. Okay, and then if you remember, we have our hallway in here. We've hung up some of our more maybe not as aesthetically pleasing, but sentimental to us art. And then we have this big mirror. And then over here we have a bathroom, an August room, and then this is the master bedroom, master bathroom, and then my office is tucked away in that corner. So let's start by going in this direction. So this is the bathroom that, like, if you were visiting, you would use this bathroom, right? Because the other bathroom's in our master. The last box that I unpacked was literally like all my bathroom storage. So this room literally just got unpacked. And you can't see, but all of my stuff fit in here, and then I hung these shelves back up. Right now it's currently holding extra toilet paper and fragrances. And then that's a map of New Orleans that I bought, a print from an artist from like many years ago. This is my shower. All my shower stuff fits in it. It's a nice glass shower. Got my towels hung up over here. And I mean, yeah, it's a bathroom. It's pretty standard. Most of my like day-to-day products fit in here, which is really nice. Like, I've been having a good time in here, I guess. I don't know, that's a weird thing to say, but it's a good bathroom. Very similar in size to our previous bathroom, so that's nice. Moving into August's room. August's room, I would say, like, the bedrooms are not as well done quite yet as the main living space. Oh, hello, lighting. So these shelves, okay, let me try and explain. In Van Nuys, in our old place, Los Angeles, we had less space. So in order to fit my office into our bedroom, because before August was born, our second bedroom was always my office. Then we had a baby, and the second bedroom had to become a nursery. So we moved my office into our bedroom, but the only way it would fit was if we basically put it in the closet. Thus, we lost all of the closet space in our bedroom in the old place, and all of our clothes were hung up in August's room. And it was a pain in the ass, if I'm being honest. I mean, we managed, but it was annoying. Now, our new master bedroom is much bigger than our old bedroom, so we have room for my whole office to be in there without sacrificing any closet space. So August gets his closet back, and it's been amazing. So all of August's clothes, shoes, hats, bibs, all that kind of stuff, that's in his closet where it should be. And over here, these shelves, which is what we used to have all of his clothes. We used to have every single one of these cubes had a bin, and all of his clothes were in there. Now this is all toys and books, with one exception, which is diapers and wipes. But everything else is toys and books. Now, toys and books are all unpacked, but like what's on top, that's like still a mess. I mean, it's unpacked. I just don't exactly know what I'm gonna do with it. And then there's some stuff that was in his nursery that I just don't quite know where to put it, and that stuff is living in this corner, this little corner of shame. This is like, honestly, some of the only evidence that we literally just moved in like a little over a week ago. But yeah, the ball pit, which was previously taking up almost our entire living room in our old place, is now in his nursery where it belongs. All of his stuffed animals are out. He's got all of his toys and books are extremely accessible to him. So I feel like he's playing with them more. We're reading more books. Like, just the way that we had stuff stored in our old place, it was done out of necessity because we didn't have as much space, but it wasn't like very kid friendly. He didn't have, like, his bookshelves were up high, he couldn't reach them, and his toys were all in one big box, and he could, like, so we would like lose stuff, or, you know, sets would fall apart and it would go to the bottom. Now, like, one of these boxes is wooden toys, one of these boxes is toy cars, one of these is teethers. Like, they're all kind of somewhat organized, but he knows where things are now, and like he's on like height level with his Tony box, and all the Tony figures are out. That's like his favorite toy. So it's just nice. I just feel like this nursery is becoming more of like a nursery slash playroom, and I'm really into it. We hung up the poo prints, the print of the 100 Acre Woods. We have the painting of Mario and Beethoven, which is a long story that I think I've told in another vlog. This mirror that's right behind me was the mirror that was in his nursery in our old place. Now, the new place has hella mirrors. The closets are mirrored. There's a huge mirror in the hallway. The bathrooms have mirrors. Like, there's just fucking mirrors everywhere. So we don't really need this. We think we're gonna store it, give it away on Facebook Marketplace. We haven't quite decided, but it's just like laying up against the wall right now, and that's obviously not super safe. I mean, August hasn't bothered it yet, but it's a matter of time. So I think we have it there for right now because we had to unpack and put it somewhere, but I think we're gonna give that away. But yeah, this is August's room. I will just say, now that we get to hang up his clothes, like literally look at the little hangers. And I feel like I have a really, first of all, yeah, oh, these are all of his pants and then tops and onesies and pajamas and jackets and overalls and that kind of stuff is hung up. I get a way better sense of like the clothes that he has, which is nice too, because before it was all in like shoved into these cubes and it was harder to visualize what he had. Last room of the house, and it's our bedroom. So if you walk in through the door, right on the left is the bathroom. Obviously it's in the master suite, so like if I have to pee in the middle of the night or whatever, then this is where I go. But otherwise this is mostly Mario and August's bathroom because all my stuff is in the other one. But this is where the tub is. So of course this is where August takes a bath every night. And then Mario's stuff is all in here. I have a lot of stuff, hygiene, toiletry, bathroom, you know, hair stuff, that kind of stuff. So Mario is thrilled to not have any of that in his bathroom space. He was thrilled when I suggested we split bathrooms. That's been amazing. Getting into our bedroom. So listen, it's a little plain right now. Basically we have our bed, our nightstands, a dresser, and then over in this corner is my office. Up here is my mini ears. Now, I actually had 3 of these and it fit all my ears perfectly. Here are the ears that aren't hung up, but one broke while we were setting this up. One broke. So I ordered a new one, but they're from a small shop on Etsy. So it's going to take a while to get here. So in the meantime, these ears are sitting right here, but I have 2 of them up. We're going to put the 3rd one right in the middle, obviously. This whole wall is closets. It's huge and it's amazing having all my clothes in my own room. This dresser is still basically all Mario. I have, I would say, 2/3 of this closet and Mario has 1/3, and that's because most of his clothes are in here. This was hung up above our bed. It's an earthquake proof, you know, safe thing to have above your bed. These were in our old bedroom. They're our vows. And then those were in our old bedroom. But yeah, other than that, I feel like our bedroom lacks character. So if you guys have any ideas, remember that we rent, so we can't do anything permanent, but let me know what your ideas would be. And then this is my office. Let me sit on my office chair. As it's probably easy for you to imagine, this is where I spend most of my time. I need to find a better place to put you. Holy crap. You're on my printer, so you're on a slant. If you remember, my office was my closet, as I mentioned, and up at the top of my closet, I had a ton of shelves, and that's where I put all my tchotchkes, so you really couldn't see them. Now my tchotchkes are on full display. You might be able to tell my aesthetic is loud, colorful, cluttered, vibrant, that kind of vibe. So yeah, I kind of like that this stuff is all there because it really designates like this nook is my office, not part of the bedroom, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's pretty much our whole place. And the reason that this is dusty is because we literally hung these shelves up yesterday. So I still need to like wipe down my desk from the residue of hanging up these shelves. But yeah, that's it. So if you guys have any ideas for maybe August's room, because the wall, like right when you walk in, like with the window is a little blank. I want to put some art up there, I think. And then my room, which I don't have any extra art for, but it lacks character and I'm open and willing to hear ideas about decor. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry the upload's been sporadic, obviously. Major life change we just underwent and it's been a lot of work, but we are finally on the other side. Our house is on the market up in Los Angeles and the first open house in real time is happening tomorrow. So hopefully that sells quick. That would be a wonderful Christmas present to us. I doubt it. The market's not that great, but we're crossing our fingers. We are unfortunately not going to make any money on the house, but we just, but it would be nice to not have our finances in 2 properties at once. So that's the little mini update on a LA house. And yeah, we have been, like I said, here for 10 days and it's already been an amazing 10 days. I've seen my parents a ton. I've seen Sierra and Kenzie a ton. Like we've just really like gotten our lay of the land with the area. I've already got my regular workout place. We've been trying out the different grocery stores and I'm really thrilled with where we're at. And I'm really, really happy with how this house is coming together. For being here for just under 2 weeks, I feel like got our shit together in terms of unpacking really fast. And a lot of that is thanks to my parents because they came over and watched August while we were able to do a lot, because moving with a child, not for the weak of heart, let me tell you. Mario and August, like I think I said, are out at a local park right now. There's so many like kid-friendly areas and spaces around us. And then tonight we're going to my aunt and uncle's and they're gonna feed us dinner. And like, I feel really blessed to be around my family and like around friends. And there's so much that I miss from Los Angeles, but most of it is just the people, and people can travel and move to see us. So I don't actually miss our old place. I like this place way better. And the community down here is like just significantly better even in the short time that we've been here. I feel more welcomed and supported here by not just family, but the community alike, in a way that I just really wasn't feeling. And maybe that was on me in Los Angeles. Like I wasn't giving it a fair shot because I didn't really want to be there, but I'm happy and Mario's happy, and like August is so happy. He was a little sick while we were moving, which was unfortunate, but now that he's feeling better, like he loves this space because the whole thing is childproof, so he kind of gets to run around and do whatever he wants. And yeah, he's really happy. So plus he gets to see friends more often. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video here before I ramble on too much, but thank you guys so much for watching. I love you oh so much. And hold on, let me look. Holy fuck, you guys. Next week, Vlogmas starts. And if you're wondering, yes, I am going to do full Vlogmas, a new vlog every day starting on the 2nd all the way up to Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, right? Christmas Day, yeah. So yeah, I haven't started thinking about it yet because I'm not going to start filming it until next week, but next week, you guys, is Vlogmas. Oh my God. If you are American, happy Thanksgiving, as the next time I will see you will be Vlogmas Day 1 next Tuesday. So subscribe if you haven't already. Vlog every day. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you Printify for sponsoring. I love you oh so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.